Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first 2021 Q&A Sunday. How are you guys doing? Still here. Still doing Q&A Sundays. SMD is still here. Keep telling you, SMD is here to stay forever. Every video that is made and will be made will always be relevant. It will withstand the hands of time. Why? Because math is timeless. I love to reiterate that. What's up, Dennis? So get on in here so we can get started. As I wait, drink some of my coffee. I always have as we wait, I tell you about my tradition. I get up in the morning before everybody else. I get about an hour or two of alone time. No phone. Well, phone sometimes because I'll start writing messages on the in the community of the YouTube SMD channel, but I unplug from everything, and those 2 hours are just mine to think about whatever it is I want to think about. Think about the future of myself, SMD. How big SMD is going to be worldwide, et cetera, right? Now, I know many people just say things like that, like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. You know, that is not the question. You know, I want to be this. That's not a question. You're just saying something, right? When I say it, I mean it. And I know it's just the only thing I ask is, which way do I go to get there? All right, just show me the path. I'll just go whatever way you show me, I'll go. That's what I do. There's going to be people that tell you many things along the way as you start to find your own passion, right? And things of that nature. You just gotta you listen to the advice. And if I don't feel it, I don't do it. You know, sometimes people want explanations of why you're not doing something. It's like, I really don't explain it. I can't explain it, nor do I want to explain it, because I can't just turn to somebody and say, I'm just not feeling it. You know, they might take offense to it. Who knows? But this is how it works. All right. Let me introduce myself. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt, financing everything that goes down in value, and simply cannot figure out why they're living paycheck to paycheck. Well, for the first 40 years of my life, I lived in the debt matrix, right? I didn't know I lived there. Very difficult to explain, but I'll try my best to explain it to you so you can understand it, right? I don't know what made me pay attention to this. I don't know, right? All right. And I found Dave Ramsey. I just knew something was wrong. Okay, that's the best way I can describe to you. When I was a top computer engineer, six-figure earning slave, living in a high rise, driving a Lexus and all that stupid nonsense, right? I think what woke me up the most was I made it to this so-called six-figure earning whatever, right? I was trained that way inside the debt matrix. If I had a college degree, a successful career, a nice car, earning six figures, I somehow made it. All right. So that's why I want you guys to pay attention to a lot of these groups in here, these channels that always focus on six-figure earners. I want you guys to pay attention to that. Okay. Pay close attention to that. That's a program. Because once I reached it, I was like, is that it? So I said to myself, this is exactly what I said to myself. Okay, I'm here. I made it. So now I just work until I'm 65, 70 years old, and then I retire, enjoy life. That shit didn't make any sense to me. I was like, wait a minute. Everybody in the debt, well, I didn't know it was a debt matrix at the time. Everybody around me was saying, hey, my life is supposed to be somewhere once I earn this six figures. And that's bullshit. No, it's not. Because I did it. And I swear to you, I said, okay, so I just work until I die. I was like, nah, that can't be it. That's exactly what I said to myself. That cannot be it. The more I think about it as I'm telling you this story, you know what I said to myself? This just reminded me of it. I said I refuse to accept that. Once I got to the so-called quote six-figure bloggity blah bullshit, I work till I die, and as I work till I'm 65, I work till an age that somebody outside of myself tells me what age is it okay for me to no longer work. I said, who said that? Who says who? That's when I started to wake up. Found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, hey man, just use the math that you learned in grade school and apply it to your finances. I said, no way it can be that easy, Dave. No way. I said to myself just like this, I am a top computer engineer that is smart as fuck. Made it to the top. Virtualization. Connecting servers and virtual PCs across the world like it was nothing. Didn't even buy that was nothing to me. I thought it was everything at first before I got into computers. Once I understood it was nothing. I could sleep it. But when I came across Dave Ramsey said apply grade school math to my finances and I did it, my whole entire life changed forever. Soon as that happened, I knew that was the answer. I knew it. How do I know it? Because math is never wrong. It can't be wrong. You can't deny math. You can choose to deny it. But once you understand math is an exact science, it cannot be wrong. Once I understood that, that was it. Sacrificed everything. Sold everything, moved into my sister's house in a room at 40 something. People thought I was smoking crack. Something was wrong with LJ, man. He was selling all his shit and he got an older car and blah, blah, blah. And I just paid attention to the math. I had to ignore everybody around me, which I understand to be slaves. All right. I had to ignore them all of them. I didn't care what they think. And once I became free, oh my God, I'm here in front of you today. Here I am trying to help people, not convince anybody. I don't have to convince anybody of mathematics, anybody, nor am I trying ever. If a person doesn't believe in mathematics, that's their problem. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. Nothing. This is a gift that I have been given, a complete and utter gift. A gift that I will never take advantage of. When I say take advantage of people with it because it's easy to do that. I promise you. If I took this gift and started switching around and use it against people to take their money, which is easy, I could do it right in your face. You guys wouldn't even know it. And when I say take your money, I'm not talking like a scammer. I'm talking legally. Because once you get out of the debt matrix, you will clearly understand that you don't have to steal from nobody. You don't have to rip them off. You don't have to scam them. You can do it right in their face legally. But that's not the purpose of my gift. The purpose of my gift is to bring over the unconscious slaves walking around in the debt matrix that know something's wrong, but they have nobody around them to ask. That was me once. When I was waking up in the debt matrix, I knew I had a lot of questions, but nobody around me could answer them because they were doing the same thing I was doing, financing car, thinking car payments are normal. It's normal to have a mortgage for 30 years. It's normal to have multiple credit cards with multiple balances and all this stupid nonsense. No, only in the debt matrix is that normal. I promise you that shit. I now understand before I can own anything outside of myself, I must own myself. I was in so much debt, I was nowhere near owning myself, nowhere near it. Now imagine how many people are in the debt matrix giving out financial advice when they don't even own themselves. I mean, some people out there with successful financial businesses that you guys are going to paying top dollar, you don't even know if those people own themselves. If the person behind the desk that's doing your finances don't even own themselves, I promise you they're doing your finances wrong. I don't care how many degrees, I don't care what fancy building they're in, I don't care how many degrees you see on their wall, I don't care. If the person behind the desk has student loans older than their business, they're doing it wrong. Now today is Q&A Sundays where I answer personal finance questions only. I do not talk about anything outside of yourself. The only person I focus in on is you, the business of you. Period. Now, this is 2021. We are in. Let me make sure I clarify this so you guys can before I get started. Okay. If you are in debt, you are a slave. Let's make sure that is clear. If you're in debt, you're a slave. Now, if you get offended by the word slave, I want you to look in the Bible, look up Proverbs 22:7. Okay. There is where they define a slave. Now, if you read that and you fall under that category, you're a slave. Now, there's two kinds. There's an unconscious slave and there's conscious slaves. Unconscious slaves don't believe in mathematics and they don't even know they don't believe in mathematics. Also, unconscious slaves do not see negative numbers. They don't see them, nor do they recognize them. Now, a conscious slave is a slave that has woke up from being unconscious to realize that math is the answer on how to get out of debt. Now they realize they are in debt because they believe mathematics now. Now they're doing anything and everything it takes to get out of debt ASAP. Conscious slaves realize they are slaves. They will tell you to your face, "Hey, you a slave? I sure am. I'm a conscious slave." I know unconscious slave, it'll bewilder them. Why is this person calling himself a slave? Because they know and you don't. They don't even unconscious slaves, when they hear a conscious slave call themselves a slave, they don't even know that's one step above them because the conscious slave calling themselves a slave knows they are a slave. The unconscious slaves have no idea that they're slaves. They're one step up. Conscious slaves, when conscious slaves look at unconscious slaves, I'm telling you, that's the beginning of what you're going to start to see. What you're seeing unconscious slaves do, that's just the beginning because you're still in debt. You're a slave. Now, if you want to understand if you are in this spot, if you want to understand how you're going to retire, I mean, you probably don't know. You're probably asking somebody, some business, whatever, right? You're probably asking them which way am I going to do it? Which path? I promise you, here is where you're going to find the answer to what your question. Any question you ask in personal finances, I'll answer it, mathematically speaking. All you're going to have to do is believe the math that I'm telling you. That's it. All you got to do, you can do the math yourself. We can run the numbers together. You open up your calculator, I'll open up mine, and we'll put the same numbers in the same calculator or different calculators, and we'll have the same answer. I promise you that. And all you got to do is believe it. What's up, Andre? Arms dealer, nicer, cosmic. Now I'm going to put up the link that you can join the session and ask me a question, personal finance question, because I really want you guys to understand something before I toss this up. 2021 is the starting line of the new economy. Right now, it has officially started. Right now is the time to change your financial life around. Right now, what do I mean by that? Right now, you need to be at zero or more. Right now, you have to be at zero, at least. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, because I know a lot of you guys that are new to the channel get confused when I say stuff like that. Add up all your savings and add up all your debt. Yes, including your mortgage, student loans, car loan, everything. The total debt. Don't add up the payments. I want you to add up the total debt that you owe to the bank for these items. All your credit card debt. Add it all up. And then I want you to go savings minus debt equals the number where you start. You are starting 2021. Now, if you have $50,000 in student loan debt, you still owe $400,000 on your house. You still owe $20,000 on your car. You have several credit cards that you have balances on. Add all that up. That is the cost of your freedom papers. Unless you pay that amount off, that's how much it costs for you to be free. When I was in debt, I did not know that. I was a college educated, six-figure earning slave. All right, let me paste this in here. Here's the link. You don't have to get on camera. You can just use we can just hear your voice. Not a big deal. All right, let's see what you guys talking up in here. Sorry, let me put that up here now. Somebody keeps. There we go. And thank you everyone that doesn't talk on the channel and send me cash apps out the blue. I appreciate that. I appreciate it all, because especially in times like this, and that happens, that's just a blessing. All right, so I appreciate that. Dennis Rodriguez says, forgot to say last stream, non-money related New Year's learn Hindi and get my own place. Oh, in NYC. Oh, money resolution, get to positive 20,000. Okay, gotcha. Your New Year's resolution. Gotcha. Okay, I'm with you now. All right. Learn Hindi. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Wow. Huh. That you know what's crazy? You're right, Andre. That's very smart. I never thought about that. Interesting. That's a great idea. Interesting. Okay. Learn Hindi. I think that would be very smart, because honestly, when I was in my computer career, guess who the majority of people that I worked with? East Indians. Wonderful people. There's some of them are still my friends today. You know what's so crazy? When I first like when the East Indians start coming into the, the IT fields and everything, I remember them being reserved. I had to break through a barrier, some kind of I can't really describe that barrier, to make sure that I just respected them as just people. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it. I totally get it. But I wanted to make sure it was clear that I wasn't like that. You know, if you're smart and nice and get along, hey, cool, you cool with me, I'm cool with you. That's how it works, right? I had to break through a barrier. And once I got through that barrier, man, I swear to you, I started getting invited to East Indian functions. Like those guys can, man, those guys can party through the night. I couldn't hang. I've been to 2 East Indian parties, man, and when they party, I'm telling you, man, it goes to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're still yelling and screaming the same, bouncing around the room. I'm like, "Oh, hell no, I'm out." But it was wonderful, man. Well, most people forget to 6 figures go to yeah, yeah, all the way up there, but without knowledge of money management and taxes, that 6-figure goal will be exactly. That's why I know when people talk about 6 figures like that in these in these rooms, I just hear it as a limit. And what does that mean? I have no idea. What are you talking about? 500,000, 600,000? What are you talking about? The majority of who they're talking about is probably around, when they talk about 6 figures, I guarantee you they're probably talking between 1 and 3. 100,000 and 300,000. They're not really talking about anything over, because they start mentioning doctors and lawyers. So right there tells you about 3 max. And that's just limiting yourself. Kalo says, whenever I hear 6 figures, I think of 100,000 too. Yeah, exactly. 100,000. I think it's because it's the entry to the 6 figures bracket. No, it's just a program. It's a program, and I'll show you, because I like to use this example so people can understand. If you took $100,000 to Jeff Bezos and asked, "Hey Jeff, do you think $100,000 is a lot of money?" He probably wouldn't even say anything to you. He'd probably just stare at you and say, "Why did you ask me that question? I don't get it." Yolanda B says, "Do you add your 401k?" Sure. This is how you do it. All right. So, because I want you guys to understand that if you're in debt, your 401k doesn't exist because you had no money to fund it. Now, this is what I just said is going to be like a red pill. You won't really understand. What do you mean? I log into my account, I can see it. They take it out of my check every month. Blah, blah. I get it. I totally understand what you mean by that. But what I'm saying is this: add up all your savings, add up all your debt, every single penny of it, student loans, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then I want you to go savings minus debt equals how much money you have to contribute to your 401k each week, month, whatever, however you do it. That's how much money you have to contribute to your 401k. Now, here's going to be the glitch in the debt matrix. You're going to do what I just said, and it's going to be a large negative number. You're going to say to yourself, "Well, I'm in a negative. I can't contribute anything with this money, but yet I am." That's the glitch, because that's impossible. You can't contribute to your 401k if your finances are in a negative. That's impossible. That's says the laws of mathematics says that's impossible. You can't do that, but you're going to look at your check and see it's there. See it's going there. You can log into your account. You can see the 401k money, all that magic. That's called a mathematical illusion, because that's impossible. How you can see it now, this is all you got to do to see the whole thing, right? Add up all your savings. Hey, go ahead and include your 401k, whatever retirement you think you have somewhere. Add it all in there, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If that number's a negative, that 401k money doesn't exist. That's an illusion. You didn't even have money to Add to it. So it can't be there. And this is not me saying that. These are the laws of mathematics. Okay. Here's where you can, right now is when you can ask these questions. And I love, if you want to do it in the comments, go ahead. You want to come up on the panel and ask me? And this is the only time it'll be free, because let me put it this way. All right. I can create your personal finance blueprint right now that will change your life forever. I promise you, I don't care who you are. I promise, no matter your situation, I promise I'll have a mathematical answer for you. All answers, your blueprint, I will create your blueprint for you and give it to you, and you will understand every single thing on it and why and what direction. Why did I say this? Why should you do that? They will all have mathematical answers that will make sense to you. Lauren says, what is meant by the phrase freedom is expensive? Okay, what the freedom is I have no idea. I don't know what that means. Freedom's not expensive. You know what? Honestly, when I see phrases like that, you know who says things like that? Slaves say such phrases. The next time you hear a slave say that, you need to stop them right there. As soon as they say it, you say, "What do you mean by freedom is expensive? Can you explain that?" I guarantee you they're not going to have an answer, because they're just saying something what they've heard. They don't know why they're saying it. They just know everybody around them says it, so they just repeat it. Like a what? A slave. Only slaves say things that don't make mathematical sense out loud in public in front of everybody. Only slaves do that. They don't know they're doing that. Slaves don't know. They don't see or acknowledge negative numbers. Now, for the longest, I've been saying slaves, they don't trust mathematics. It goes deeper than that. It goes actually deeper than not trusting mathematics. They don't even see negative numbers. They don't even see zero. Slaves don't see this. Everybody knows the number chart. We were all taught this in grade school, right? Slaves don't see zero, -1, -2, -3, -4, to negative infinity. They don't even see it. It's pretty crazy. What's up, Sharif? Hello? OT. Yes, you are taxed more when you do overtime, of course. While slaves do OT, talking about they get time and a half. No, you don't, slaves. You get less. You work more and get less money, but in your mind, you think you're getting more. Isn't that's absolutely amazing to me. Amazing. And slaves will say this out loud. Hey, the more you make, the more they take. Nobody ever stops and say, "Hey, wait a minute. What the fuck does that mean?" What do you mean the more you make, the more they take? What the hell's that? Does that make sense? All slaves here, hey, you get time and a half. So you get your salary plus a half of your salary of the next whatever bullshit. And slaves just believe it. They just believe, oh, wow, man, you know what? I'm working that holiday, man. I'm getting that double time and a half. No, you're not, slave. You need to stop saying things like that out loud. You're actually getting paid less. Mm. And slaves know that. the more you make, the more they take. Uncle Sam and this and that and blah 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 blah. Who the fuck is Uncle Sam? Oh, that picture you see up on the wall, the white dude with the red flags and all, that's who you think it is? A picture? Six-figure incomes are the most tax usually. Tax. Sorry, I had to get some water. And what's so crazy when I think about it? People that are in, I don't want to say middle class, okay? Because I don't want slaves believing that lower class, middle class, upper class economy classes exist. They don't exist. That's a mathematical illusion inside the debt matrix. Economic classes don't exist. I think the people that make the six-figure, you guys, those people are usually the people. This is why they're there in the middle or whatever you want to call it, right? They are the ones that actually are immersed into the debt matrix at the most. I mean, they are there. That's just they just I don't know what that's a classification right there that just you can see it. You're just there. You're easy to prey. It's like you're in a barrel, right? But you don't know you're in it. It's so easy, right? You guys are the most susceptible to this type of financial treatment because you just think you're in the middle class in the matrix. You think you're in the middle class, so you think you're better than the people below you, lower class, but you're trying to get to this upper class that you think just because they make more money than you, they're somehow upper class when they're just the same. You guys are all the same. They just making upper class, just making more bigger monthly payments than you. That's all. This it's no different. Anybody, like if you're middle class right now and you know somebody that is considered upper class or whatever you think they are, you ask them, say, hey man, are you paying a mortgage? If they say yes, they're just like you. In your mind, you think they're different because their house is bigger. No, and their mortgage payment's bigger too. That's why the house is bigger. What do you mean? So if they're making mortgage payments and you're making mortgage payments, you guys are the same. Ask your friend, hey, I like your car, man. Are you making car payments? If they say yes, if they're making car payments and you're making car payments, you guys are the same. It doesn't matter what they're driving or where they live or what area, where they're going. It doesn't, what vacations they go on, how much they make per year. None of that matters. If they're making payments, you guys are the same. That's why economic classes don't exist. What's up, Joseph? Repayment of your mortgage will be highest return 99% will experience in their life. Yep, man. And Dennis says, paid off all my student loans January 1st, was positive before that, but I refused to pay a cent of interest. Man, congratulations, Dennis. And I mean that. Congratulations. Student loan debt. uh, n- if you're new to the channel, okay, this is where you're going to come to hear the answers that you're not going to hear anywhere else. No other channel on YouTube will give you the information that you need that will change your life forever, generationally. Student loan debt is how they create slaves. It's in the form of help, and it is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not speaking. Is it a form of help? Yeah, it is. If you know exactly why you're doing it, the direction you're going, you need some extra money to do it. Student loan debt, cool. Go ahead and get it. As long as you understand what that means. Because if you don't pay it back, guess what? You're a slave for life. You're a slave for life. You're going to be a slave until you're dead. It won't matter what house you live in. It won't matter what job you have, where you work, how much money you make. If you have student loan debt, you are a high paid, six-figure, college educated, earning slave. Believe that. Believe that. That's how they make slaves. You guys don't even get it, do you? They will never, ever, 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 ever forgive student loan debt. So stop dreaming. This is how this is how they create slaves. This is obvious. Okay, this is not, they're not hiding anything from anyone. They tell you right up front, you cannot bankrupt student loan debt. They tell you right to your face, you cannot bankrupt that. What does that mean? The only way to get out from under it is you have to pay it off. You have to go to work, take your money and give it to them to pay it off. That's the only way. Nothing outside of you is going to be able to do it. You have to do it. $1.78 trillion in student loan debt. You got all these people on these channels telling you all these things what you can do, all while having student loan debt. They make it small. It's this is why they do these things. Oh, hey, it's low interest rate, and it's all on purpose so you don't pay attention to it. If you think it's a low interest rate and you're going to earn something more somewhere else, blah blah blah, that's all part of the plan to make you not think about it. That's exactly what the purpose of it is for. They don't take you to jail. The interest rate's always lower than the banks. Of course it is. Of course it's going to be lower than the banks. That's a given. All so you'll just hang on to them and die with them. You are the only one that will never know you can't own anything outside yourself if you don't even own yourself. That's mathematically impossible. That's against the laws of mathematics. That's against it. Math is an exact science, meaning that it's never, ever wrong, ever. If you don't believe the math, you're wrong. Only you. Let me go down here. Let's see. Romy says, Jay, what can I do about the credit card debt to get a lower rate until I pay them off? Honestly, man, I wouldn't worry about the interest rate. I would just hold on for a second. Don't worry about that interest rate. Just keep pounding, just keep throwing lump sums of money to pay those credit cards off. Don't worry about the interest rate. Because anytime you transfer to put it somewhere else, they're going to charge you a fee. See, slaves don't even know that. When you do balance transfers and all that other stupid nonsense, those are fees. What that really is that they're probably trying to sell off their debt to other credit card holders or something. Who knows what the back, and instead of if they can get the slaves to pay for the transfer of debt, that's a win for them because they can charge you to transfer their debt to another. Because say like Visa was trying to get rid of, now this is just my opinion, okay? It just seemed like it would be logical to me, right? Say like Visa was trying to get rid of, they want to sell off some of their debt to another card holder, right? And then Discover wants to buy debt. And then all Discover would have to do is send out a sale like, hey, zero transfer balance fees over here, or low transfer balance fees, or blah blah blah, right? And then the slaves would say, oh man, I can go over here to get a Discover card and I can transfer these, and then then they just do it. It just makes sense to me. Because slaves don't know. They can see everything going on in the background. They can see who's going to apply and why. It's so obvious. So just pound it out. Just question, what exactly is different about 21 economy? This seems like the same game to me, and thank you. It's not. To me, in my opinion, in my opinion, big businesses are realizing they don't need big buildings anymore. The majority of these people are working from home now. These businesses are going to realize they don't need these big, expensive buildings to house all their workers anymore. They don't have to worry about heat, insurance, somebody slipping and falling, making sure the bathroom facility is okay, make sure the vending machines are running, coffee. Just think of that whole expense can now be gone. Not only can they don't have to stop there. You know what else they can do? They start turning people from W-2 to 1099. There are millions of people out of work right now. Millions. Small businesses closing. All the big boys out there now. Walmart, Costco, they're killing it. Now since millions of people out of work, working from home, guess what? Delivery is about to go through the roof. And so is obesity. All of them about to go through the roof because the businesses are going to save money making you 1099, responsible for your own insurance, taxes, and bloggity blah. Man, everybody's about to make a fucking killing off of slaves right now, including the IRS. Because you got to remember, slaves already believe taxes are the reason why they don't have no money. So just what do you think is going to happen when they get turned 1099? They're not going to pay their taxes. They're not. They're living paycheck to paycheck now. You think if they're living paycheck to paycheck now, and then all of a sudden they're responsible for their own taxes, you think they're going to set aside money for taxes, living paycheck to paycheck? Hell no, they're not. Slaves are going to be buried. If you don't wake up and look around you and see what's happening, you're going to be in some serious trouble. The old way of doing things is gone forever. Stop. Don't even think about it no more. That's done. Millions of people out of work, they're going to take any kind of money, any money. The delivery is going to go up pretty soon. There's going to be 24-hour delivery. Mark my words, 24-hour delivery of anything you want, fucking bed, food, anything. With millions of people out of work, they're going to take them jobs. They're going to fill. Hey, like when UPS comes to my house, it's not a UPS truck anymore. It's a person in their own car delivering packages to me. The game has changed. Now, if you can wake up and see this and open your eyes, you can capitalize on this, create something that's going to be part of this new economy. This is what it is. I just named a few things. What's up, retired? JP, good morning. What questions are we allowed to ask this morning? Anything personal finance, anything. And that might be related to what's going on. You can ask anything. I'll see if it's tied into what we talk. I usually can tie it in to this anyway. So trying to catch everybody's question here. Sharif says, LJ, I asked the OT question because I have a coworker bragging he worked bragging. You know what? Next time you see somebody brag like that, ask them, say, hey, man, why are you working 100 hours a week? See what their answer is. If the person says, I'm trying to get out of debt, that's different. That's different. But damn, 100 hours a week? Oh, hell no, man. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't doing none of that. None of that. Which is better, take a loan to purchase a house or rent to own a house? Which is better, take a loan to purchase a house or to rent a house? Okay. This is what I want you to think about, JP, okay? So you can understand. Take add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals your choice. Because a lot of people in debt believe they have the option of renting versus buying. Buying a house you can only do with cash of your own. That's the only way you can buy a house. That's the only way you can buy a house. If you add up all your savings and add up all your debt, savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If that's in the deep negative, your only option is to rent. You cannot buy because you're in a negative. So you have no choice but to rent. This is the answer of the laws of mathematics. If you ask the bank, they will say, yes, you can. You're welcome, Romy. Appreciate you. Keep the real hope alive. I will. I can't stop. You don't have to pay unemployment to a 1099. I hope you guys see this coming. Somebody sent me some news about cryptocurrency, right? How it's rising and it's it's going up and all this stuff. Let me explain something to you that are maybe on the fence of cryptocurrency. Should I invest? It's rising so fast. My friends are doing it. They're saying they're making so much money and blah blah blah. Let me tell you something. For number one, cryptocurrency doesn't even exist. Cryptocurrency doesn't exist. Hell, physical money doesn't even exist for you slaves. It doesn't even exist. Now, if you don't realize physical currency, gold, silver, platinum, diamonds, paper money, none of that exists for you guys. None of it. And these are physical things that you can hold. Imagine how easy it is to make you believe in something that you can't see. You can't even detect with any of your human senses. You can't touch it, smell it, see how much it weighs, nothing. You can't do anything. They just say it and you believe it. You're slaves. So if you believe something on your computer screen that says Bitcoin is up to set 15, 16, you just believe it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Now, if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey man, you should invest in some cryptocurrency." You know what I want you to ask them? You ask them this. Are you making car payments? If they say yes, that is why they believe in cryptocurrency. Hey man, did you see how much money Bitcoin is making, man? I'm in on it, man. I got me a blah blah blah. You say, "Do you have student loans?" If they say yes, that is why they believe in cryptocurrency. Slaves always believe there is going to be something outside of themselves that is going to free them. No, it's not. That's why they're selling it to you, because nothing outside of yourself can do it. Only you can do it. Only you. But since slaves don't know that, they sell it to them. It's everywhere. Cryptocurrency is just another one. I guarantee you this. I fucking would. The banks came up with cryptocurrency. Then they just throw information out there like, "Oh, the banks hate it. uh, the banks, they don't want it full digital. The banks already know money has been digital for decades for slaves. They already know that. Slaves are so gullible. They are so gullible. Currency has been digital for decades for slaves. Nothing exists but digital currency for you guys, slaves. You guys, it's called credit. Credit is not physical. You can't touch it. Can you touch credit? What does credit smell like? How much does credit weigh? Shout out to Zeke for the 499 super chat. Hey, I challenge everybody to take a shot every time LJ says slaves. You know why I say it all the time? Because it gets their attention. That's why I reiterated so many times, slaves. Nobody likes that. Nobody want to be called a slave. You guys have no idea how many people talk to me and say, "Hey, man, I was offended by that word slave at first, and then they say, man, then I realized, man, but he's right. That's what I'm looking for." Every time somebody says that to me, you know what I say to myself? I know that's how you wake up. I just say it to myself. I don't say it to them. Hey, man, I heard you calling me a slave. That's number one. You heard me calling you a slave. Why do you think I'm calling you a slave? You know what I'm saying? I can't really say that to him. Yeah, man, I didn't like you calling me a slave. What makes you think I was talking to you? That's part of the phase of waking up. You realize, and that's like phase people they don't understand. That's phase number one that you just even said that. I didn't like you calling me a slave. Then they're like, wait a minute. Why do I think I'm a slave? I just said it. It's crazy, man. I love it. That's why I love what I do. Absolutely love what I do. Sharif says, L, my coworker took $5,000 from his 401k. He owes 60 in credit cards, and he has a rental property that has tenants not paying. I want you guys to understand this too. 2021 is the beginning of the new economy. The playing board is being cleared. Open your eyes. The playing board is being cleared. Isn't that's crystal clear to me? They're moving all the in debt small you because small businesses, you guys got to understand something. If you've been in debt the entire time you've been in business, you are being removed. You're in the way. You're in the way. You're running a business, but you're deep in debt. You're barely floating, and one economy crashed. That's on purpose. You are being removed. I want you guys to understand something. They already been knowing this for years. This could have been 10 years ago. If you've been in business for 10 years, but you've been up to your eyeballs in debt, of course the banks know that information. Duh, you got a loan through them. They know your entire credit profile. They've loaned you all the money. You are the only one that don't realize you don't own anything. You are running their business. You are just the manager. You are running their business, not your business. You think you can borrow their money and still think it's your business? No, it's not. It's not your business anymore. It's their business. The board is being cleared. Hey, come get this small business loan to save your business. No, you're not going to be able to pay it back. All you got to do is take a step back and look around. Are you going to be able to pay that loan back if you get it? No, you're not. They already know that. You don't know that. And no, the banks are not tricking anybody. They're not pulling the rug from under you. They say, hey, do you agree to these terms in this stack of papers that we're going to put in your face? Do you agree to those terms? Yeah, sign there. What about all the math that we put in the paperwork? Do you understand? You understand all that? They're going to just say, yep, no lawyer, nothing. They're just going to sign. I can only I can only imagine how many businesses that do business with the bank without lawyers involved. Can you imagine how many people do sign up for mortgages with no lawyer involved? Sign here, initial here, sign here. I know it from experience. Sign here, initial here, sign here, initial here. I didn't know what I was signing, what I was initialing, nope, didn't know anything. Walgo says, keep in mind, this info is controversial because underneath it all, most people know it's common sense, therefore it's hated and dismissed. Yeah, but see, when I hear hated and stuff like that, those are feelings. I don't care how slaves feel about mathematics. I don't even when I hear a slave talk about how they feel about mathematics, I turn it off in my head immediately. I don't know how to explain that part, but I just stop listening. Because I say to myself, I don't care how you feel about mathematics. It doesn't matter how you feel. So if you believe you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, you just believe it, I guess. Doesn't make any sense to me. It blows my mind to hear slaves talk about I mean, they even add the equity of their house to their financial portfolio. Slaves really believe they own the equity in a house that they did not have the money to buy. That blows my mind. How you gonna own the equity in a house that you didn't have money to buy? That's crazy. Absolutely bananas. Credit smells like slaves in debt. Yeah, to us, because we can see them. They can't see. Slaves slaves don't know we can see them. Slaves don't know we can hear them. Slaves don't know the things they don't know what they say when they go around talking every day when they talk about money and investing and all this other stuff. They don't know that they're saying that. This is why it's a superpower. This is why it's a gift. When you hear slaves, when I hear slaves talk on a daily basis out in public, when I'm at the store, I can't help it. I really can't help it, right? You could see how easily they are manipulated. It's so simple. It's like, here, let me give you an example. When you sign up for a phone service, right? And they say, hey man, you do this, you'll get a free phone. And then when you see the slaves outside and you say, hey man, is that a new phone? They'll say to you, oh yeah, man, I signed up for this thing and I got it free. Only slaves believe they'll get a product for free. You think a business opened up to buy brand new product to give it to you for free? But as long as they can get you to believe it's free, it's worked. It worked. Only slaves talk like that out in public. Hey, I got a free phone. No, you didn't. Nobody gets a. Okay, you open a business. Next time you hear a person say, I got a free phone, say, hey man, open up a business, spend your money to open up, get your license, all this tax information, blah, blah, blah. Fill it with phone, brand new phones. And then when people come in, just say they can have it for free. Blows my mind. That's slave talk. Bank manager sounds nicer than slave. It does. Lord said, if your parents have had debt all their life and didn't pay it off and they died, will the kids be forced to? No, that's not true. No. That's slave talk. Hey man, your parents' debt is going to be passed on to you. No, it's not. LJ, my business clients get upset when I tell them they don't own Oh man. You know what, Audra? I can only imagine what some of your clients probably say about you behind your back. I bet you they do. I bet you and they don't even know to hear it talk like that. They don't realize that is the person you want to work with that's going to give it to you like that because that's what you need. That's what they need to hear, but they don't know that. Nice as S&B fam. Any of you seen the snitch? Uh, I was talking to him a day or two ago. I was talking to him. Andre says they don't understand that their interest is subordinate to their creditors. They, I'm blown away, Andre. It just more and more things come into focus, man. This picture just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I promise you guys, anybody, here's my website. All right, all right, all right. Get a consultation. I promise you, I will give you the blueprint to your personal financial life. I promise you. I promise you, I have the answer. I promise you the mathematical answer, what you should do and why. And here are the numbers to prove it to you. Not just be saying it to you, okay? I promise you, I'm not just gonna say it to you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how I came up with the number that I'm gonna give to you. I'm gonna show you how I got it. You're gonna know how I got it. And then on top of that, I'm gonna show you how to change it. What you can do at what point. It all counts on your age, what you have, if you're married or not. All those are factors, okay? All of them. This is why the service I provide, not during the consultation, if you decide to move past the consultation, this is why the service I provide will be so valuable, even if you didn't even use it. I promise you, you're going to come back to it in some point in life. You're going to come back to it and you'll be like, damn, LJ, I bought this from LJ like 5-6 years ago. Yep, that's how it's going to work. You can buy my service from me. I can create your blueprint. You can set it up on the shelf and you'll come back to it. I promise you'll come back to it. Talking about NC Biggs. No, I haven't, but I haven't been on the server in a while. Zeke says, the crazy thing about this cry to hype is you can see it in their eyes when they are hoping that this thing rewards them in the end. Yeah, you can see it. I'm always listen so I can snitch. Oh, you guys be killing me with that. So here's a link. If you have a question, if you're wondering why you can't get ahead and nobody can give you the answers, I promise you I have the answer. I promise you I have the answer. The only thing I can strongly stress right now, you need to make up your mind, man. You need to make up your mind right now because this is the new economy is starting. This is the official starting year right now. You know what's so crazy? This is what I was thinking about the other day too. I was thinking they had just like a few years back, they had just redid the entire tax system. Right? That hadn't been done in like 50, 60 years, some crazy number, right? They redid it. Now just think about it. The original tax system went well with the original economy, right? It goes well with it. Well, if they change it, if they revamp the tax system, that means it no longer works with the current economy. So what must happen? So here comes the new economy, and guess what? It's going to fit together like a fucking jigsaw puzzle. Now is the time to understand taxes. The way to and when I say understand taxes, I want you to understand this, not the way everybody else can see it. Get out of debt. Get out of debt, and then you will see the true purposes of taxes. You will see how they work. You will see you will not have to cheat. You will see you don't have to hide money. You don't have to lie about anything. You make sure you follow the rules. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. Cosmo says the key word is to start, take imperfect action to move toward whatever goal. Exactly. Mistakes. See, a lot of people are scared to not only scared because they just I'm not going to make enough money. That's all part of the fear. Okay, fear is not meant to be ran from. But anyway, that's all part of the program to keep you from you're afraid of failure, but failure is going to happen. There's going to be, as long as you don't stop, don't let it stop you, because you learn from it. If you fail, something happens, right? And it doesn't work. You don't quit. You say, okay, what happened there? Okay, what happened? Why didn't it work or whatever, right? And then you learn from it, and then you grow and move, because once you learn from it, you're not going to make that mistake again. I promise you. It just doesn't happen that way. And plus, when you decide, and this is the one thing I can promise you, once you get out of debt, money won't make your business decision, your career decisions. Money won't make you make that decision, because a lot of people pick careers because these careers make a lot of money. Oh, I'm gonna be a lawyer because I know how much money they make and blah blah blah. But would you do it? Would you do it for free? Because everybody has something that they love to do and would damn near do it for free. What if you turned whatever that is into a business? What if you turned it? Would you feel like you're working? Mm-mm. With doing it, you could do it. You ain't got no debt. You don't have to worry about that. So you can just make it grow, whatever you need to do to make it happen, and then turn that into a business. Because when you do it for free and passion, I promise you this. Make sure you guys understand. Your customers will be able to see it, and they will be able to feel it. Because that's your goal. Your goal is not only money, is to earn your customers' trust. That's the goal. You earn your customers' trust in a world full of non-trusting people. You earn your customers' trust. Your money will never stop. Money will never stop flowing to you. Never. People like to work with people they can trust. Do you ever go on Amazon's website and say, "Hey, man, I don't really trust this site. Before I buy here, man, I don't know. I'm wary. I'm buying this Amazon.com website." Do you ever think about that? I guarantee you don't. I guarantee you get on there, you buy what you're going to buy, click close, and you be done. Not even thinking about, oh man, is this website going to rip me off? They might steal my credit card. Amazon has earned millions of people's trust. Millions. Look at the money. It just doesn't stop flowing. That's how it works. Thank you, Roman. Sub Jimmy. Sub International Minded. SMD. Cosmic. Upon exit of a recent rabbit hole, I now can earn human tokens via. Is this what? I can earn human tokens via. I have no idea what that means. I've never heard of that. I don't even know what that is. I'm surprised they didn't attach the $600 stimulus check to the. I'm surprised they didn't do that. That surprised me. Then again, okay, if they would have did that, that would have been obvious, right? Slaves would have saw through that. Wait a minute, I can't get that money unless I take the vaccine. That would have been too. That's why you guys. That's how you're gonna make us take this vaccine, right? But all you have to do is make it mandatory to get a job. That's it. That's done. Slaves have no money. They have to work. So they have to take the vaccine. This is no different than requiring drug tests to get a job. Hey, you got to take a drug test, so make sure you ain't using drugs to get this job. That's the same thing. You want this job? Yeah, you have to have a proof of that you've taken the vaccine. Oh, oh, yeah, that's a scam. Cryptocurrency doesn't exist. Okay, so cryptocurrency, that doesn't exist. Now, like you see the recent rise of, and this is just, and I don't know, this is what people send to me, okay? Because I don't really follow the shit, right? But somebody said, "Hey, man, have you seen cryptocurrencies going through the roof of Bitcoin or whatever?" Right? And when they said that to me, I would say, "Well, I know why." And they're like, "What do you mean? How do you know why?" The stimulus checks came out. You think people that have money didn't don't know this was going to happen? So what they're going to? Hey, the corporations are buying in. Yeah, of course they are. Stimulus checks have come out. Slaves are going to take that stimulus money and invest it in so-called invest in cryptocurrency, which is going to make it rise because they're going to think that it's going to flip and they're going to pull it out and they're going to quadruple their money. Whatever. It's just no different than the lottery. But people that understand money already knew that they slaves were going to do that. They were going to take this, so they're going to invest in the money, blow it up, and then let it ride until the people start getting. You can tell when the stimulus $600 is not going to last very long, right? And then all of a sudden, just before people, they're gonna wait. Okay, have the checks come to the people's mailboxes yet? No. How long does that usually take? Oh, about 2, 3 more weeks, and then they're just gonna wait. And then when the checks come, it's gonna stay and stay. And just before it happened, they're gonna pull their money out, and the shit's gonna crash. And guess who's gonna lose? Slaves. I'm surprised that. Oh yeah, I already read that. Okay. But I wouldn't do it. That program could wreak havoc on your PC. They are basically using your to mine that kind of stuff. Oh hell no, no. I've had some friends do that. Bitcoin, Bitcoin mining using your power and energy to. Oh hell no. And then they pay them some peanuts. While those fools are making millions of dollars, they pay these people to mine for them and pay them peanuts. So unless you know the lines of code, I wouldn't do it. Yeah. A lot of bots are either poorly written code that drains your PC or they use your PC for who knows what in the background and they could see what's on. Yeah, pass. But you gotta listen to this. I want you guys to understand something. Millions of people are out of work. Millions. So they're gonna do that. That's what they're gonna do. And they're gonna pay you guys peanuts because there are no jobs. This is an employer's market. Believe that right now is it this is an employer's market. They can get top dog talent right now for dirt ass cheap. Top dog talent. Especially if you walk into their interview talking about you just got laid off, man, you are prime bait. That's now that I think about it, man, it's hardcore, man, but man, you just think you come into an interview because they always check your credit report too, man. You give them all the information they need to see how they're gonna do you, right? See your credit report. They can see you've been laid off for 3 months, 2 months. They look at your credit report, see you're behind on everything, delinquent, late payments, and then they can just offer you peanuts, and then you're gonna take it because you need it. This is an employer's market right now. You guys can't even. I mean, they do it right in your face. They do. I mean, close down small businesses, but the Walmart stay open, the Costco stay open. Nobody says, "Hey, wait a minute, what? Why is that?" Nobody says anything because they're clearing the board. Slaves, they're clearing the board. This is not hidden. They're not hiding anything. Don't think they're doing anything behind your back. That's a lie. That's also part of the program. Thinking that there's something going on behind your back. No, it's right in your face. That's why you can't see it. They do it right in your face. Know why you guys can't see it? You don't see negative numbers. You don't see zero and below. You don't even see it. You guys don't even acknowledge it. Bob Brown said, same exact thing they did in 2018 with crypto, pump it up and then dump. Exactly. But this is when you get outside the debt matrix that you can see this. This is obvious. You better believe as soon as they heard that the $600 stimulus check was approved, you better believe they started pouring money into cryptocurrency, pouring it in there, watching that shit jack up. Because slaves, guess what slaves are going to do? They're going to see that number. Oh man, this is bad. This is bad. As I just play it out in my mind right now, right? As soon as they hit approved, say, see, everybody's going to get $600. They're going to get it by next week. They probably called up their rep at this, dump all what we have in the cryptocurrency ASAP, Bitcoin right now. And then as soon as slaves see that number start rising, guess what they're going to do? They're going to get that check and they're going to put money into it. They're going to dump it in there. And slaves are greedy. They're not going to want to pull their money out because they're going to be like, oh man, I wonder how high it's going to get. I'm not going to pull out. Yeah, that's exactly what they want you to do. But you are the only one that doesn't know when that ride's going to stop. You know when the ride's going to stop? When that last check is sent in the mail to the person that hasn't got there, to that last check reaches and it gets close, they're going to pull their money. It's going to fucking flop. That's bad, man. That's like shooting fish in a barrel, man. That's like that's like that's like playing the lotto, but you know you're gonna win. You know you know you're gonna win. You already That's like playing the lotto and you already know the numbers. You're just waiting for the jackpot that you want. That's big enough. Okay, I'll do that one. I'll get that jackpot. Happy New Year, Brittany. How you doing? Brother-in-law tried to sell me on crypto yesterday. I told him I was broke. Good answer. Shut it down quick, fast. You see them? They're already starting to go into a frenzy. Okay. Check this out, you guys. Okay, this is what I'm gonna give you an example of what's cryptocurrency doing right now. Okay, I'm gonna give you a physical example. Did you any of you guys happen to go out shopping yesterday on the first? Did any of no, is the first? No, the second. Excuse me, second. Yesterday. Did you see the frenzy of people out there? I mean, it was busy out there. Why is that? Everybody got their checks. People got their money. It was a frenzy out there. Now you times that by millions inside of the cryptocurrency world. They are in a frenzy. They're like, this is what they're saying to themselves. This is how it works. Okay. $600 is not going to pay my bills. $600 is going to make my car payment. I'm behind on everything. What's $600 going to do? I'm going to take this money and I'm going to triple it in Bitcoin right now because it's going through the roof. That's exactly what they want you to think, slave. Exactly. You're following it and you don't even realize you're following it. Oh, they have so they can short it just like that 2008, what's that? The Big Short, that movie The Big Short. Man. Yep, exactly. See them packed. Now I want you guys to picture this is the way I can take it from the physical world to the world you can't see. Okay? That's what it's like, but tenfold inside of cryptocurrency. But what slaves don't know, money has been money has been digital for decades right now, but slaves don't know that it's called credit. They don't understand it. You can't. Credit is the same as cryptocurrency. You can't touch it. You can't smell it. You can hold it. Poor slaves, man. They doing you guys so dirty. Oh, they're doing you so dirty. I mean, they're not doing you dirty because if you trusted mathematics, you would clearly see that that doesn't make any sense. But if somebody's coming to you talking about invest in cryptocurrency. This is I'm gonna give you a set of questions to ask. Okay, when if somebody's coming to you saying that, right? I'm a, hopefully they won't catch on while you're asking these questions. All right. Uh, if somebody comes to you and asks or suggests that you should invest in cryptocurrency, I want you to look at their phone. If they have the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, whatever it is, right? You ask them this question. You say, "Hey, how much did that phone cost?" If they say, "I don't know," that means they're making phone payments. If they're making payments on a cell phone, you don't take any type of financial advice from a person making payments on a cell phone. The reason why they're investing in in cryptocurrency is because they're making payments on their cell phone. Because a person that paid cash for a new iPhone, they would tell you $1,500. Like if I bought a new iPhone brand new and it was $1,500, somebody asked me, "Hey, how much was that phone?" I would say $1,500. I wouldn't say I don't know. Cosmo says, "LJ, that's the stimulus check. What LJ? That's what the stimulus check was meant to do: stimulate the exactly, not improve the people's lives that are getting the check. It's benefiting the stock owners of these exactly. I a Cosmic. That is clear. I didn't really. Hey, what's up, Peggy? I didn't really understand why it was so busy yesterday. Me and my girl was out, was doing some shopping. I was like, damn, it is busy out here. And then it clicked with me that the stimulus checks happened. I was like, oh, we both came up with that. It was like the stimulus checks. Yep. What are they doing? Stimulating the economy. They're doing exactly as it's meant to do. Stimulate the economy. Because where do you think all that money's going? Straight to the big businesses. I mean, Walmart had TVs on sale. Costco, right there when you walk in, they're just conveniently priced right around that stimulus check amount, between 600 and 1,200. Man, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, it was busy. You know how many? When I went to Costco's, you know how many TVs I saw on carts? I saw about 3 TVs on carts going out. I was like, damn, that is absolutely bonkers. Just go buy, just take it and go buy more stuff. Fuck it. Doing exactly what it's designed to do. Exactly, Cosmic. Exactly. Did you do that? Did you take that stimulus check and go out and buy some stuff? Did you go out and buy you a PlayStation? Put it down on a car? Did you do that? Did you go, hey, I'm gonna go get me a new car. I'm gonna take this money? You did exactly what they wanted you to do. Stimulate the economy. Nothing to benefit yourself on getting you out of debt. I guarantee you nothing. Andre says stimulus checks are like any other checks, a business future income. Yep. Businesses future income. Margaret says, nope, 1,200 went right into savings. That's what I'm talking about. And trust me, Margaret, I'm only talking about the majority. Guarantee you the majority are not doing what you're doing. Promise you that. Vortex says, my CPA sent me a questionnaire to check what applies to me. It says, did I own, buy, or sell virtual currencies in 2020? The IRS wants their cut. Yep. The IRS is going to get a cut of money that doesn't even exist. I want you guys to understand the mind-blowing picture of it all. Not only, listen, not only are they going to get a cut of that, I can only imagine the amount of money they're going to make in penalties and fees from it. Because slaves believe it's untraceable. You can't find it. They won't be able to track you. All that stuff that they hear from other slaves. And they believe it. They'll say, "Hey, man, they won't find me. They won't, I'll do this and that." What slaves don't know, you're doing it for the money. The only reason why you're messing with cryptocurrency because you're doing it for the money. If it wasn't no money involved in it, you wouldn't be doing cryptocurrency. So if you're doing it for the money, at some point you got to get a hold of that money. At some point you're going to have to put it somewhere to transfer somewhere because you want the money so you can spend it. The minute you make the conversion to however you want to form it to turn into money, that's when they know. Immediately. That's when they know. Now, if you want to pretend like you didn't do it or you don't know, whatever, that's on you. If they come knocking on your door, it's because they already know. They have the answer. And they also already know your math is going to be wrong and their math is going to be right. They already know your math is going to be wrong because they already know you don't trust mathematics at all. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to bury you. Bury you, and they're going to bury you such deep debt, you're going to be a slave until you're dead. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having student loan debt along with IRS penalties? Those are two things that you cannot bankrupt. Taxes that you owe, past IRS debt that you owe that never goes away. You have to pay it off, and it has interest. And you can go to prison. Use it to make payments on student loans. How many people you think gonna take that stimulus money and put it on student loans? Nobody. Quentin says, "I'm not rich, but people act like $600 is a lot of money. It's not. It's not life. It's not." Peggy says, "Notice they didn't extend the student loan moratorium." Oh, I didn't notice that in the stimulus bill. There is no stimulus. I mean, oh man, there is no spoon. Yeah, I guarantee you, slaves didn't pay attention to any of that. All they heard was that check. And when that student loan money starts kicking in, starts cranking out, you know how many slaves I heard since they stopped requiring student loan payments and they stopped the interest? You know how many? I mean, I even heard it on channels. Hey, you don't have to worry about your student loans right now. You can take that money and invest in over here with us, and then because you don't have to make payments, and it's not earning interest, so you don't have to worry about it. Ooh, man, when I hear that, I just cringe because what they're saying is that don't spend your money with them, spend it with me. It's just business. Don't get me wrong, it's business, but I just I can't take it. I can't take advantage of people like that. I just can't, man. That's horrible. DoorDash was off the chain too on New Year's. Oh yeah, New Year's Day. Everybody using those. Oh my God, I could only imagine. Stimulus checks on fast food. Businesses are killing it, man. Andre says national governments will make crypto illegal. Crypto illegal. Many will learn the meaning of tangible. I just think, honestly, man, honestly, Andre, I just think crypto is just It's just like the lottery. I just don't. I just think it's the electronic lottery. That's it. I don't think it's not gonna. That's not gonna happen. I don't know. I just think it doesn't exist. Margaret says, I've read so many articles about what cryptocurrency is and how it is mined. Hasn't Visa and MasterCard been doing this for decades, times 100,000 with their transaction fees every time we swipe a card? Yeah. Slaves don't really understand. That's what credit is. Credit is cryptocurrency. Whatever you want to name digital currency, that's totally up to you. Like, this is why there's so many cryptocurrency names out there. I mean, Ethereum and they just be making up fucking names, and people just buy it. Oh man, that might be, if I get it right now, that might be the big cryptocurrency up like Bitcoin. It might shoot whatever, slave. Whatever you want to believe. Cosmic says, LJ, I did notice more afterpay for products when I was out. Reminds me of countries in South America where everything is offered on payment increments. Yeah. I'm seeing, you know what else I'm seeing? I'm seeing a lot of online banking cards coming out. I'm seeing a lot of them. I mean, just a whole bunch of, hey, bank with us online. You get a free this and get a free toaster and blah, blah, blah. I'm seeing a lot of online banking. Hey, park your money with us. You get this one I saw. It says you will get overdraft fees paid up to $100 or some stupid stuff. If they're suggesting that they're going to waive the overdraft fees, they know exactly who they're talking to. People that rely on that always overdraft their account. If you are attracted to a service that waives overdraft fees up to a certain amount, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go with them. That means that's who they want. They want you, because what are they gonna do? They're gonna financially abuse you with hidden fees. I promise you, that's what they're gonna do. Because only a person that doesn't understand money would be attracted to such an ad. U.S. is on its way to. Whoa. That's a big step, Andre. I don't know what you must have saw something in your flying saucer somewhere that we're not seeing. But even if that even comes close, you and I will be long dead before that happens. We'll be dead decades. I mean, centuries, at least a century. Fred says, my stimulus check was for $72.05. Oh, I know who took that. Only one entity has the power to do that. I got to get those dividend payments at Peggy. Oh, okay. Talking to Peggy. What's up, Hyphy? E-Man? The elites are already picking at the carcasses divided. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Elite, I know you see me. I want some. Come show me what I'm missing. What am I missing? Because I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Let me tell you, I know maybe you'll understand this, maybe not. But hey, listen, let me tell you what drives me, okay? I absolutely refuse to be trapped with slaves. There's no way I'm going to be trapped with slaves. No way. No way. I couldn't even imagine going to a job every day and hearing slave talk. Oh, man, that would drive me absolutely bananas. And you be trapped in a building or trapped at a job for 8 to 10 hours with the same slaves talking about slave talk all the time. Nah, man. Nah. It's just business. Vincent says people are strapped in debt. They turn to harm the people they are supposed to love the most, with like Chris. I'm not sure who Chris Watts is, but right now people are in some rough times. Now, if you look on social media, it's not going to look that way. Okay. It's going to look like It's gonna to the majority of people that you see on social media, it's gonna look like they're okay because they're always smiling. You know, every time you take a picture for social media, you're smiling. That's not true. People are having some rough times right now. Rough times, and that means there's depression. There's probably you're quarantined, so you're stuck at home with it. Maybe you're married to somebody or with somebody that you barely liked when you were working 40 plus hours a week. Now hey man, there's a lot going on right now. Don't believe in social media. Don't believe what you see on social media. Governments aren't going to ban because the blockchain is the technology. Hey man, I'm just telling you guys, Joseph. I'm just telling you, none of that stuff exists. Don't even worry about it. That's just when they talk about stuff like that, that's just for you to pay attention and so you won't turn around and look to see what's really going on because there's other things going on. All they got to do is increase the cryptocurrency amount, and then slaves will be fully focused on that money because slaves they don't understand money doesn't exist. So if they see numbers that they've never seen in their bank account, they're going to be attracted to it. You mean I can get that money per coin? That's $15,000-$20,000 per coin. Oh my God. And then they'll just be attracted to it. Then they're going to invest their stimulus money because they really believe the stimulus money is something that was really just given to them. That's what they believe. It's cryptocurrency is like the lottery. That's all, but just on a much larger scale. I use my stimulus money and bought dividend stocks in my utility. I'm going to get my utility payments back. Oh, okay. In my utility. Very smart. I'm a bit skeptical about the coins as well. It means nothing unless everyone switches over and invests. You know what? Once you get out of debt, you'll know exactly how to play cryptocurrency. You'll look at it for what it is. It's gambling. But when you're out of debt, when you're not in debt, you have the odds favor you. I'm telling you, all they had to do was just hear that the stimulus checks was approved. Soon as they heard approved, they pressed the go button. Go invest, and then it jacks that number up. And then all of a sudden they just say on the news, "Hey man, have you been seeing what cryptocurrency is screaming up, man, fast?" Duh. It seems imaginative to me as well. You can't take the money out, and most places don't accept crypto. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, somebody out of nowhere if somebody's going to steal $5 million from it, and then they're not going to know where it went, who stole it. That happened. That shit happens all the time. You think slaves stop putting their money into it? Nope, they just keep on doing it. Somebody comes and steals 10, $20 million of cryptocurrency, and nobody knows who stole it, where to go, whatever. E-Man says that's why a lot of people are getting divorced. Oh yeah, you believe divorce is probably going to be it's probably go through the roof right now. I'm gonna Google that. Did somebody Google that? Divorces in 2020. What was the total count? How many people filed for divorce? They even have what is called sweat coin. Is that another kind of cryptocurrency? Oh, poor slaves, man. How do you feel about robo advisors such as a Betterment or Wealth? I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what that is. How do you feel about robo advisors? Never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Michael Green says Christmas season was extended for the slaves, LJ. Yes, it was. You better believe it. See, what you got, what most people don't understand is this. Slaves are trained to spend money that they don't have. As soon as they approve the stimulus checks, that is the moment slaves start spending it. As soon as they click approve, the spending starts in their head mentally. It starts right there. That's where it starts. Oh man, okay, let me go ahead and buy this. As soon as they get this check, I'm gonna put it back on this credit card. No, you're not, slave. No, you're not. No, you're not. Only real asset is a consumer taxpayer. Sure is. Slaves. This economy would not and could not exist without you. Slaves. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals if you're a slave or not. If that's in the negative, you're a slave. Doesn't matter how you feel about it. You are important. Actually, the divorce stats are down because the marriage stats are also down. Hmm. Yep, another crypto. They just be making up crypto and people just do it. Not just celebrities. I know a lot of people in my personal life divorced or broken up. You better believe that. Vincent says Chris Watts pleaded guilty in Colorado for doing away with his entire family who was in while making oh boy. See, I want you guys to read. See, you read this. You see somebody do this, right? Now, I'm not even going to claim to understand what goes through a person's mind that actually does something like that. You know, in my mind, if it's that bad, you just take care of yourself. Why you got to take care of everybody around you? You know what I'm saying? I just okay, you don't like it, okay? You want to take your own life? Nobody can stop you. You do it. But what how selfish to be able to do that. That is the ultimate selfishness. That's why my mind cannot understand that, right? But I want you guys to understand how serious that is. How many minds does that go through in a person that actually does not follow through with it, right? Right? They're like, okay, yeah, if I do that, I'm gonna go to prison or get the death penalty, right? You know, you got, but or just short of it. There's a lot of that going on right now. I want you guys to understand that there's a lot of that going on. Get off of social media. Stop believing what you're seeing because it's a lie. People are going through some hard times. You see this front that you're seeing on social media? They won't be able to hold that up much longer. It's going to change. I put it this way. Let's get about 6 months into this year right here. You're going to see people's social medias change so drastically. They're going to change from current pictures to past pictures. Just pay attention to it. See how many past pictures start going up because they're not going to be able to live there anymore. They're not going to be able to drive that same car anymore. Everything is going to change. They will not be able to hold up that front. The board is being cleared. Reality Game Design says, "Sup, LJ? Been doing the work, paying off my student loans. Cool. I've been putting every paycheck and stimulus check into it. Congratulations. I already have one loan almost paid off within 2 months. Congratulations. For real. I do all my own trading and investing." Well, I figured that. Probably from your spaceship. Haven't commented in a while. What's up, Sonny the Great? But I'm finally debt free and it feels great. Congratulations. You're right on time. 2021, the start of the new economy. What's up, Sal's? What's going on? Ooh, his other family members or his wife. Yeah, I think it's I don't know. I think it was his immediate family. It's crazy. There's the link. I see a lot of people in here, man. Don't be shy. You can ask me a question. Don't be embarrassed. Nobody in this chat room. Like, let me make sure you understand this because this is very important. And maybe you're new to the channel and you don't really uh, understand how it works. But if you come in here and you need to ask a legitimate question about your personal finances, Nobody in here is going to embarrass you, call you stupid, dumb. You're dumb for doing that. How you're crazy. What's your problem? Uh, damn, you had your student loans for 15 years. That's dumb. Nobody's going to do any of that in here. When you come here and be part of the SMD, you're part of a family, right? Everybody that's part of the SMD family know this. They have a solid foundation. And what is that foundation? We all trust mathematics. Period. There are no exceptions. None. Once you have a solid foundation, that's when you can start building upon it. But you must have a solid foundation. That's what SMD is. It's a family. It's a family. Here's where you're going to get information that you're not going to find anywhere on the internet, on YouTube. You can't even Google it because you got to know the questions to ask Google. And the type of questions that you're going to have to ask, Google's not going to understand why you're asking that question because millions of people don't ask questions like that. So not even Google's going to have the right answer that you're looking for. Here, let me give you an example of a question. And so you can kind of test this theory, okay? Ask Google, how come I believe I'm a homeowner when I have no money to buy the home? Shorten the question up, okay? You can ask it in a different way. But ask in a way to say, how come I'm a homeowner when I had no money to buy the home? All right, rephrase that question any way you want and then Google that. See what Google comes back with. How can I buy a house with no money? No money of my own. So here's the link. You guys have any questions? We're going to cut this off in about 15 minutes. That'll be 2 hours exactly. Any questions on your personal finances? Any questions? Any questions on maybe you're thinking about doing something and I kind of give you an idea of should you do it or should you not do it? Rainy Woman says, oh, whoops, Leroy. Leroy says, question, should I just get liability insurance or full coverage for my truck? It's paid off, by the way. Well, let me tell you what I got. All right. I just got liability and uninsured motorists and, covers like that because I trust my driving record. All right. I've never hit anybody driving. I've never hit anybody. And if I happen to hit somebody, their car, my insurance will pay off their car and I just have the money to fix or buy a new car myself. So I don't really need to be paying the insurance company for something that might never ever happen. Right? So, and plus I have my deductible is the highest possible that they can give to me. I think it's like 1,000 or 1,500 or something like that. Because having insurance is not only smart, it's the law, right? So if I have to have it and it's the law, I'm going to get it for the cheapest price possible that I can get it to. So that's what I do. What's up, Raining Woman? LJ Savings Minus Debt. I paid off my credit card and then I froze 2 accounts. Oh, okay, cool. My only debt, real debt, is my mortgage, which will be paid off in 3 years. Congratulations. Wow. Why, question, why did you only freeze 2 and why you just not freeze all 3? I was curious. But man, you're going to have your mortgage paid off in 3 years. Congratulations. That move alone, see, slaves don't even realize something. A paid off house, like they put it this way so you guys can understand something. I want you guys to, especially slaves, that you guys believe you're homeowners with mortgages, okay? This is what having a paid off house would do. There are trillions of dollars, trillions with a T, in mortgage loan debt. Trillions. That's of millions of people with mortgages, millions that only believe they're homeowners, only believe it. They only believe it. By paying off your house, you will be financially ahead of all of those millions of people because you have no mortgage. And not only that, you will be a true homeowner, like literally a homeowner. You will be one. Why they just simply believe they are. You see how powerful just paying off a house will do? It'll put you in a different category by yourself. Well, not by yourself. There's other people that over there, but not many. Leroy says, I will use the extra $600 to start my notary business. Okay, cool. Investing in yourself. I like hearing that for sure. What's up, Tompkin? It's close to 15,000 enough for emergency fund? Well, I would have to know your personal finances to know that. Right? I don't know. I would have to know. Like, put it this way: when you're out of debt, you always have money for emergency, so you don't need an emergency fund. By even saying or believing that you need an emergency fund, that kind of tells me something that you need one. Because again, once you're out of debt, you always have money, so there will be no emergencies. There will be no emergency that's going to sneak up on you because you will always have money to handle it. Rally Games Nine says, thank you. Should be paid off in less than 11 months. Oh, talking nicer. Yeah, again, like I said, I can't know that unless I know your personal finances. Just the fact that you're talking about emergency fund kind of tells me that either you're still in debt or you're just freshly out of debt, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just wondering why you're talking about emergency fund. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm thinking. Dennis says LJ, property tax in New Jersey can easily be $11,000 to $12,000 a year for a $250,000 house. Is it still worth getting a paid off house? Hmm. Okay, so what I'm going to do is ask the question that you're really asking, because what you're saying is that taxes are high, property taxes are high in New Jersey. Is it still worth getting a paid off house? Regardless, okay, not a question. Regardless if you have a paid off house or not, those taxes are there. It doesn't matter if you have a mortgage. It doesn't matter if it's paid off. It's still gonna, if it's $11,000 to $12,000, it's gonna be $11,000 to $12,000. But here's the difference: if you don't have a mortgage, would $11,000 to $12,000 a year be a lot of money? If you don't have a mortgage, would you care that the taxes in New Jersey were $11,000 to $12,000 a year, and that was the only thing you're paying? That's $1,000 a month. You wouldn't think that was expensive anymore if you don't have a mortgage. You'd be like, oh, that's nothing. It's nothing. It's when people talk about taxes in the area, this is what I hear: it's too expensive for you. If you ever hear anybody say that taxes are expensive in a certain area, a certain city, a certain part of town, just think about it. It's only expensive for the person who's saying it. LJ, what is your opinion on an emergency fund? It's just a word. It's two words: emergency fund. It means that somebody is preparing for emergency that might happen that they're not going to be able to handle or something. I don't know. Because once you get out of debt, you always have money, so nothing will sneak up on you. So when I hear, like, this is a language, that's what I'm saying. This is so when somebody says that to me, hey, how much is emergency fund? The first thing I'm thinking is, why do you need emergency fund? I need to see your finances. There's something in your finances that make you believe that you need an emergency fund for something. There's something in there that's making you uncomfortable. Reality Game Design says, LJ, the stream about how we learn math blew my mind. I've been asking my friends to count to 10. Everyone starts with 1. Yeah, exactly. That's a program. I know you guys think I'm bullshit when I say stuff like that. Oh, that's a program. They're programmed. It's a program. I was in computers for 20 years. That's how we count. We count in ones and zeros, zeros and ones. But never once did I apply that to my personal finances. Why I didn't think it applied? That was a part of the program to make sure I didn't understand that zero applies when counting money. It always applies. You guys think okay? This is what you guys gonna like. When I say slaves are programmed not to see negative numbers, they don't see 0 and below. Do something simple just like this, okay? Do something simple just like this to a slave, and I guarantee you they will answer 50. You say to them just like this, "Hey man, what's 50 minus 100?" Do that on family members, whatever. Now the answer is negative 50. Now the reason why they're not going to say negative 50 is because they don't see negative numbers. You know what they're going to say? They're going to say 50. Hey, what's 50 minus 100? They're going to always say 50. And if you decide to just correct them and say, "Oh no, man, it's negative 50," you know what they're going to say? "Oh yeah, man, that's what I meant. Same thing." No, it's not. It's not the same thing. It's the total opposite. It's wrong. I'm giving you guys things that maybe you're in the debt matrix right now. You don't realize that you're in it. I'm giving you things that you can use to walk around and ask your slave friends these questions. And I want you to come when they come back. When you say, "Hey, what's 50 minus 100?" When they come back and say 50, I want you to ask as many people as you know, family, whoever, ask as many people as you know and see what answer they come back with. Everybody that comes back with 50 are in debt. And then once you see this happening, I want you to come back to this channel. And when you come back, if you want to be out of that debt matrix, you see my website scrolling at the bottom, you sign up for a consultation. And then from that point on, we'll go from there, and then I'll create the financial blueprint for your life. What's up, Hyphy? What's going on, man? Can you hear me? Hyphy.
All right, yeah, you hear me? Yeah, big ups.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I just want to take a quick moment, come in. I'm going to raffle off another book right now. This is called The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. It's kind of self-explanatory with the title. Help you manage your, not only just like your time, as far as, being productive, increasing your productivity, but also just, managing your funds also, and obviously getting you out of, as you guys would say, the plantation a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna raffle this book right now. I'm giving it a spin of the wheel right now, and I'll tell you the result in just a second.
All right, cool. I love it. Thank you, Hyphy, for doing that. Appreciate it.
All right, that's an interesting one. The name that was selected is Mr. Andre Biswa. And I'm laughing because
you have to go again.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he's read this book or something really similar to it already. So yeah, Andre, if you want me to, go ahead and spin again, let me know.
That's funny. He probably did something from his spaceship and zapped it
Right.
with something.
Yeah, like I said, if he ain't read this one, he's read. It's a few out there similar to it, so he's read one similar. I would assume.
All right, let's wait to
You
hear
might
back
even have some
from
yeah, you might even have some guest appearances, some ghost writing in this book.
you.
All right, well, yeah, in the meanwhile, go ahead and I'm just
Okay.
sitting here on mute. Go ahead, do
All
your
right.
thing, and I'll
If you
help
read
from you.
it, if you read it in there, if you read it in the comments, pop back in and let me know.
Okay, look, he commented. He's sorry. He says he has it. So, all right, so Andre, let me know if you want me to
Okay.
pick a different book because I got some more over here, or what.
Because those books he recommended, right?
You know what? I haven't talked to him about this one, but
Oh,
like I
okay.
said, it wouldn't surprise me if he's come
Gotcha.
across it already.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, just pop back in
Yeah.
when he says,
All right, definitely.
LJ, I know you're not in debt, but why did you leave a small balance on your credit card when you showed the credit card? Because I use my credit card every month. I use my credit card every month. So if I ran my credit report right now, it's going to have a balance on it because I use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. So it's always going to show a balance if I log in at the right time. I don't know if I use it all the time, so it probably will always show a balance because I use it every month. So oh, see, Cosmic read it. Okay. Margaret says, I didn't step out of the debt matrix until recently, but I remember seeing crazy glitches. In-laws took their car in for MX, came back with a new car because they saved money on the payments. I know, crazy. They really believe they save money by they buy a new car and they believe they save money. That's like, that glitch is like huge. I remember I had somebody say, I remember somebody was, no, somebody told me this story. They said, "Hey man, I got a new car." He got a new car, and the person asked him, "So how much are your payments?" He says, "Oh, they're just $50. They're just $50." He turned to him and said, "$50? What do you mean?" He said, "How much is your car payment?" He said, $50. He said, "What do you mean by $50?" "Oh, it's just $50 more than the last one." So in his mind, he believed he was just paying $50 more. That's it. That's crazy, man. Absolutely bananas. 4 Hour Work Week is a great book, eye-opening perspective about the time management and self-management. Okay, I'm gonna check that out myself too. Okay, I'll just say give it to somebody else. So you're gonna raffle that off again, Hyphy?
All right, yeah, I just went ahead and spent the wheel again. Person that was selected is K Coaching.
K Coaching. Okay, I've never.
No,
Hmm.
yeah, that person has been in here multiple times. I don't see him in here today, but yeah, they've been in here. So if I see him, I'll get in contact with him, let him
Okay.
know. Unless y'all want me to just spin and select somebody in this chat today, y'all let me know.
Right, right. I mean, yeah, because
All right, yeah,
wouldn't that be
let's
that's
do
kind of
it.
unfair to have somebody else just waiting. Yeah, I think people that here are participating, stuff like that. That would be cool.
All right, give me a second. I'll be back.
All right. Oh man, what a year! What a year! So once Hyphy comes back and does this, and we find the drawing and pick a person, we're gonna go ahead and end this session for today. 2 hours. I got some things to do, so get this wrapped up. Hope it was some gems in here for you guys to take with you. If you're in the background listening and you want to use some of the stuff I've given you to ask your friends that are in the debt matrix and to find out if just a tool to see that help you understand that I'm correct, I'm not wrong. The debt matrix exists. It's real. Okay, it's real. You can't touch it, smell it. It's there though. All right. So use that math problem.
All right, I'm back. He was definitely in here, probably still is. Dennis Rodriguez.
Yeah, he was in here. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if he's not in here right now, I know we'll see him
For
probably on the
sure.
next one.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So Dennis Rodriguez. Yeah, I got the 4 Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferris for you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you hear this, just get in contact with me on Discord and we'll go from there.
And if you come in here, if he left already or not, I'm not sure if he left, but if you come in and check the session later, Dennis, if you see this, email me, send me your email address, and I'll get a hold of Hyphy if you get this before. So there's the email.
Yep. And let me see. The next stream, I'm gonna be giving away another book on the next stream. So anybody that's looking for possibly winning a free gift, y'all just got to keep coming back to the streams. And I believe we are going to do a voice chat on the server later. It will be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So y'all come in there. I'm guessing Mr. International Minded Andre will pop in. Cosmic is going to be around, so y'all come
What was
in.
that time again? What was that time again? I missed it. What did you just say?
That's 4 p.m.
When,
Eastern
today?
Time.
Today?
Yes, today
Oh, okay.
EST.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll drop the Discord link in the server, and I'll see y'all there. Big ups.
All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead and drop that in there. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. Andre says he's gonna be there 4 p.m. I gotta set my time. So I'm sure if I don't put it in my phone, I'm gonna definitely miss it. I don't like any energy. You know, it's so crazy now that time is the most valuable thing on earth to me, man. Anything that takes brain power that I can put in a device, I put it in there. You know, when I like sometimes, I'll be in the kitchen and we'll run out of something, right? And I'll say, "Oh, I'll remember that. I'll remember that we need some salt or butter or whatever," right? I'll say I remember, and then get to the store and don't remember and don't remember what I need to get until I get back home and need it. You know what I'm saying? So anytime that something like that happens, I put it down in my phone on the list. I just do that. Automatic. So dates, I put it in the phone, boom, remind me of this time. Cool. Something I don't have to remember. So all my energy and time can be focused on whatever it is I want to focus on. So, and trust me, those little things counts. I want to promise you guys, like, before I go, so you guys can understand, like, when you get out of debt, you don't have due dates and stuff like that. You don't have to keep track of many bills. What day are they due? That I do that with everything, appointments, well, especially appointments, right? But just little things around that. If I have to do something around the house, or something that I need to do, it's just energy that's being taken away when I don't do it, and it feels good to when I do it. I open up that list and I can cross it off, and then I see the list get smaller. So it's a psychological something, whatever. So are CPNs legal? I don't know what those are. What are CPNs? What are CPNs? I don't know what those are. Are CPNs those things that you use instead of your social security number? Is that what those things are? Yeah, okay. I kind of figure if that's what that is. Yeah, not legal. I want to say this before I go so you guys can understand if this is what I'm thinking, if it has something to do with tied a number to use instead of your social security number. Let me explain something to you so you guys could see it when you get out of debt. You can see this. Your social security number is your United States identification number. That's what that is. All right. I know it's called a social security number, so you can think that it's tied to some kind of social security benefits. I don't know. Who knows why they named it that? It's a reason why they named it social security number. Okay, this is just my opinion, right? But what it really is, it's your United States identification number. That's what that is. So when you're born, you were assigned a number. Period. You're assigned a number. That's your number. That's how they keep track of you and everything you do in your life. That's your participation code. What's up, Mustafa? Happy New Year. So, in order for you to participate in the United States of America, you must have a United States identification number, your USIN. You cannot participate without that number, period. So databases that will never in history that will ever be hacked is a social security number database. That will never be hacked. Nobody will ever hack that database. Nobody. And even if somebody did, you'll never hear about it. That person will be owned until death. So if you're out there trying to change it or do something else to avoid using it, there's a reason why you're doing it. You need to first look in and say, why instead of using my social security number, why do I want to use a CPN number? Why do I want to do that? That's illegal. And anybody suggesting that you do something like that, you better run as fast as you can. They're automatically said, and when someone talks to me about a CPN, they're automatically letting me know they have credit issues, more money mismanagement problems, and no desire to hold themselves accountable by fixing those issues. Exactly. I remember I heard that before every now and then. I was like, oh man, use this number and instead of your social security number to help build your credit. That's for people that are hiding something and trying to sell you. They're selling you something. All you got to do is believe it. Whatever they're selling, all you have to do is believe it. And I guarantee you, the CPN, whatever that is, I bet you the sales for that is going through the roof because people believe that if they get this new number instead of their social security number, guess what they think that happens? They think their debt is gone. They think they're going to leave all their debt problems to that number that they just left when in actuality, they left nothing. Nobody can change that. Nobody. Except the people that issue it to you. Now, if you need another social security number, you got to go to the social security office, blah, blah, blah. So what they're going to do is take your old number. They're going to change it, but you're still going to be attached to your old number. It's going to follow you. It doesn't change. It doesn't change the amount of debt you owe. That's going to go to your new number, period. That's how they keep track of their slaves. But the ID is used to keep track of everyone, slaves or not. It's your ID number. You don't have to be a slave, but you're still going to have an ID number. Believe that. You see the birth certificate? It's a piece of paper. Oh, look, that's my birth certificate. Nobody really understands. They don't take a step back and say, that's a legal document. You think I looked at my birth certificate like that? Nah, that's papers. That's a piece of paper that says you're born free. Here, right now at this moment, you own this piece of paper, which is you. And then you're born into slavery and then you sell it. Everybody's born free. It's up to you to stay free. Where SSN is requested on legal document, it is illegal to provide any other number than one's SSN. Document falsification immediately. I don't even call it social security number no more. People associated with social security and all that bullshit. I just say United States identification number, period. Can you imagine? I can only imagine Who has the power to put in this number in some kind of something somewhere and just tells your whole entire life? It tells, it has the information to tell about a person. It says everything. It says everything about you, everything about you. Money, legal problems, divorces. I mean, it tells everything. It tells your whole entire life. It tells the person, you who you are. The United States is a corporation, not a country. Probably so. I don't know. I don't really think about that far ahead or that far out. That's well above my pay grade. I don't really worry about things that I don't have control over. I just thank God every day I can see. Hey, hey Zook, are you in debt? I'm curious because you've named a couple of things that I have no idea why you're researching them or they're coming to you about them. But those questions that you're asking, it tells me that you're in debt. Right, LJ? And I've heard that if you black the middle two numbers, if you if you the middle two numbers are, I've heard if you're black, the middle two numbers are no. My two numbers are not even. But you talking about even if they're added together or even separate, two separate even numbers? Which one are you saying? Because mine add up to, huh? No, they're not even. I don't know, but lately I've been adding up numbers and doing other things that people don't do with these numbers, but I haven't added up my social security number. I'm curious to see what that ends up being. Now that you bring it up, I'm going to do that just to check it out. Just a question. I have seen things circulating on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. E-man. The middle two numbers on the yeah, I know which one you're talking about, E-man. Uh I do have student loans, like, so I guess just opening the discussion, I won't ask more questions. No? See, just by and just I want you guys to understand something so you don't try not to take offense to my answers to you. When I respond, I want you to ask more like, how did he know that? How did he know I was in debt? You know, don't take it in a way like, oh my God, he just think I'm asking dumb questions. No, just you got to really think like, how did he know I was in debt? So when you say I do have student loans, so I guess. See, when I read that, I wonder why you say I guess. Because if you have student loans, you just have student loans. There is no guessing. You have them, right? So it's not that your questions are wrong. They're not. You just got to make sure you listen to my response and ask yourself, how did he know that? Because I want you to understand that stuff like trade lines and CPNs, those type of things are directed to people who are in debt. Those are the things that are directed at people that have student loan debt, that have given up on ever paying off that debt. Slaves wouldn't come to me talking about CPNs or trade lines. I would say, okay, you're a slave. Why? Because you're talking about it. Yes, it is. 99% of YouTube is wrong and misleading or misleading. Some are on purpose. Some are not on purpose. Are not on purpose. The most information that, like, especially financial information, they're just running a program for you guys. They're doing what the banks have programmed them to do and say. I promise you that. I promise you, the majority of what you hear, financial information that you hear, that's a program from the bank. They don't know that they're running that program. They don't know that. They're just saying it. Like, here's one of the programs so you can understand. If you've been calling yourself a homeowner while having a mortgage, that's a program that the bank taught you to say. The bank called you a homeowner. You believed it. That's a program. The next time you hear somebody call themselves a homeowner with a mortgage, you ask them, who told you? Who told you you're a homeowner? Who said that? Nothing better than some SMD Kool-Aid to start the day. Thanks, LJ. Hey, you are very welcome. Joseph, trade line CPNs are debt talk. Sure is complete debt talk. I love Zook music. See, I didn't even know that was music. Gabriel says, no wonder Bitcoin is big now. Exactly. It's not a surprise to me. Shit, as soon as they approved that stimulus check, they pushed the go button. Go, go, go. Like the troops, like they're invading. Go, 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 go. Tag me in one more time, please. I don't. You must be talking about something else here. All right, you guys, about to wrap it up here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate you all. If you need a consultation, there you go, scrolling at the bottom, right? If you need a service, if you need your blueprint created, I can do that too. That's a different price, of course, but we can talk about that. But the consultations are not free. All right, I don't do free consultations anymore, so that's a fee. So sign up at your a time that works best for you, and we can go from there. All right. So if we don't have any more questions, you guys are thank you for taking the time out of your day, because we all know how much we appreciate our time here at SMD Family. So I want you guys to understand I really appreciate you using that time here. Okay. You are welcome, Margaret. Appreciate you taking your time. Nick, Gabriel, Andre, as always. Like I said, they're going to be 4:00 Eastern time on Discord server. Discord server link will be in the description of this video too. Hyphy already posted in here, so if you didn't, there it is one more time. Oh, Hyphy said you want to be in one more time. Okay, what's up, Hype?
Hey, I had to come back in one more time just for this little bit. You said something that was really, really good, and I know everybody else could see it also. You know how slaves, as you would say, they just give themselves away without even knowing it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we got going on right here now. All right. So I know my man Zook Poppy, he said something about, oh, he's just inquiring, he's just asking. All right, but everybody who knows about this topic, two things that go hand in hand when you come to credit repair: CPNs and being added to trade lines. It's no coincidence he asked about two things that definitely go together.
Right.
So no,
right.
You're not just asking questions just to be asking. You onto something. That's why LJ asked, are you in debt? So I'm trying to let you know, even when you're trying to hide it, you just telling the whole world you're being caught red-handed.
Right.
This is equivalent to when you used to walk into the room and your little brother got the TV on blue screen, volume on low. I wasn't doing nothing. It's the same team, fam.
Right.
But okay, yeah, he says he never heard of it before, but I just find it pretty interesting because I remember this person right here. This is the same person that was on when you had the collaboration with Mr. Velocity Banking, and it's the same guy who was just capping so hard for Mr. Velocity Banking. Oh, LJ is losing this debate. Blah blah. Yeah, I remember you. So now you want to come back around months later, and you still coming around to SMD. So apparently Velocity Banking ain't working for you, and you still ain't gotten out of your situation, which is why you're inquiring about unethical / illegal services. Just stick to the SMD plan. You won't even have to ask these certain types of questions. Know what I mean, fam? Yeah, see, hey, he didn't think I would remember him. No, I remember him.
See, I don't even pay attention to that stuff. See, other SMD family members can see that stuff. See, I don't even. It's crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, just to these, what was it? Okay, like the whole trade lines. Now, everybody, you just got to ask yourself, does it make sense to give my real SSN to somebody who's going to add me to a trade line? Now, I won't know who owns this trade line. I don't know who's in charge of managing this trade line. And it's going to be real difficult to remove myself from this trade line. I have no management over the trade line at all. Does that sound like something wise to do?
I got to give up their social security number. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you got to provide your SSN.
Oh God!
So now that same company that's out here selling services, what if they decide to shut down and come back as another company? They still got your information.
They do slaves so dirty.
So I'm going to put myself at so much risk to hope to boost my credit by getting added to trade lines that I have no control over whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just a money maker. They're just making money off people that don't know. That's all they're doing. They're just making money off just people trying to run. Just like you said earlier, if you're messing with CPN, that means you're running from something.
Yeah, if you're even looking into CPN, you letting me know that you got some issues and you're not even looking to clear them up. You would just rather run away from the issue. You'd rather just pick up, move to another area and start all over again and attempt to be a new person. That's what you're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, so now I just want to point that out. We know what time it is. Yeah, and Andre just said something really important also. People looking for credit, they have no money. So if you're in student loan debt, I don't know why you're looking for other ways to get credit anyways. You know, it's already showing you kind of messed up your own credit. Now you want to get a CPN so you could do it all over. But you ain't showed that you can manage money properly. Because if you did, your credit would be fine. You wouldn't need a CPN.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah, so now I just had to come and rub that in because my memory goes kind of way back. Like y'all know, I've been here from
day one.
I've been here from the jump. Yeah. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and close this thing out, and I'll see everybody later on Discord. Big ups.
All right. Thanks. I'll let you later. SMD fam, man, I'm telling you, it's a family. You know, I'm on my mission. You know, I don't really. I pay attention to people that come constantly, and I remember. But other than that, man, I'm just trying to show you guys something that it's a gift. You can see many things that many people cannot see. Try not to take it personally. Okay. Try not to say, hey man, because I see it was just a question. Geez, I know the response sounds like that. Okay. But try your hardest not to take it personally. Only look at it mathematically. Only. Okay. Just look at it mathematically. Try not to say, oh man, he's all over me, because no, it's not that. This is once you get out of debt, Zook, I promise you, once you get out of debt, these things will come to you naturally. And it'll sound like that because it just doesn't make mathematical sense, right? And you'll be like, why would you? It's almost like if somebody said, hey, Zook, 1 + 1 = 3. You will look at them like, what are you talking about? Why are you saying that? That's how you would look at it. So it's the same thing when you hear about CPN, credit repair places, stuff like that. Okay. Just like you said, there are no shortcuts. All right. So try not to take it personally. Try to remove your feelings from this situation. Okay. What's up, FIC Juice? Greetings, LJ. Greetings and blessings, LJ. Power and guidance. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, I'm out of here. I got to get going. Got some things to do. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. See you guys at 4:00 on the Discord server. And when I go there, I'm just listening. I'm not talking. So you guys don't have to worry about hearing me talk another hour or 2 hours. I'm there to gain knowledge myself because I don't know everything either. All right, till next time. All right, you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Later.